Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. We're out here on the biggest house we've ever washed, and we are going to be kind of doing the works on this, everything but the driveway. I went ahead and set up a ladder. I'm just about to get started on blowing out some of those eaves and blowing off the gutter guards. We're going to be cleaning out all of the kind of crevices on these gutter guards, using the blower for most of it, and cleaning out by hand for what we need. I'm going to take you around here. I have everything on the trailer and truck today. We're going to be doing the house wash. We're going to be doing gutter guard clean off. We're going to be doing a deck cleaning and partial restoration. We're going to be doing concrete cleaning under the deck. And well, it doesn't sound like much, but when it's a 7,600 square foot house, it sure adds up. Luckily, not doing it all by myself today. Got Ben on the job. Hello, Ben. Yes, and as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful home here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And he's just getting some of the stuff off of the deck that was pre-negotiated in the price, just to make sure that everything was clean, cleared off, safe, and we're going to put it all back before we go. And you can see right down here, this is kind of the worst area for algae. It looks like everything just sits. So I bought a sludge sucker and set it up yesterday, and not crazy about the setup on it, but we've got to get the water to move out of here somehow, just because there's really no drainage. So I'm going to be using the sludge sucker for the first time today and hoping for no hiccups on it. But we're doing this whole bottom basement, whatever you want to call it, concrete area. And we're just going to pump everything out with that sludge sucker. So I'm going to go ahead and go around, clean off these gutter guards, working from the top down, and getting it clean and ready to rock and roll for them this summer. Yeehaw. Oh yeah, wait, before I go, these are the stairs we're going to be doing. There's a good bit of algae on it, so we're going to be using sodium metasilicate, followed by a 40-degree tip rinsing and oxalic acid finishing. Then when we get up here, I'm going to be using the sodium metasilicate and oxalic to a certain point, and then just switching over to SH for all of this stain stuff like I would normally do on a house wash. Got a broken outlet cover here. I'm going to come through and tape all this up before we get started. All right, let's get it going. It's bad when you've got gutter guards and still have trees growing out of them. So this side looks like it's kind of been neglected. It's also the side right under the trees. And as we work our way down, it gets a little better. But I'm up here to blow these out real quick, just so I'm working top down. And I'll blow out all of this, and then come down here with the ladder and hand scrape that off, because I don't know what the root system and gutter guards are going to look like. I can already see a separation right over here between the gutter line and the shingles. So I'm definitely going to be letting the customer know about that. It just seems like it has been neglected for a little while. And yeah, we'll see what it has. Alright, so up here where I was seeing the stuff growing out, and my first thought was that the gutter guards had failed, and that is absolutely true, they have, but all of these gutter brackets in here are failed as well. So this gutter is, I would say, probably going to need to be replaced. I'm going to do what I can to get it flowing today, but with these gutter guards in the way, this is going to be most likely just a recommendation of getting these gutters replaced, or at least this one here on this side, because it is these brackets are coming off, and my assumption is that the gutter itself is probably bent, and that's why there's so much room here. And this possibly could just be from letting it go too long without cleaning out the gutter guards. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to get it cleaned out best I can so that maybe we can have it running by the time we leave, and that'll buy him at least a few weeks to get somebody else out here to look at the gutters.
That should be good.
Alright, so I'm taking a little bit of a break. Had to give up the wand. Benjamin's going to be doing some area under the deck. So this is the final dry result on the wood, and I don't know if you can see, but it turned a very nice brown. There are some areas that just did not come out as well as others, and honestly do not know why. It's probably those more highly trafficked areas. Couldn't tell you. But for the most part, it came out great and is ready to get stained. In contrast, here is the last little bit that I have not done yet. So you can see here, this wood clean, this wood not clean. Yep, we're going to try opening the ball valve on this sludge sucker. We're going to close the ball valve on this sludge sucker. Believe it or not, folks, that's not me. Looks like me, walks like me. Just might be the next best thing, but not quite me. Well, unfortunately, now we are having an issue with drainage because the sludge sucker did not work at all with that hose I got for it. And now we're kind of dead in the water, no pun intended. I'm going to have to move this the old-fashioned way. Alright, so we are not moving right along today. We've done the deck, we've done the steps, we've done the patio under the deck. Benjamin is currently moving everything back into place, and I am washing the last two sides on this one. We're not washing all the way to the top per the customer's agreement. He wanted to go with a little bit of a more inexpensive route, so we are just going to wash about 10 feet off the ground and move along. So we've been here about 7 hours already. I know, not the best time, but gotta do what you gotta do. Having the sludge sucker crap out on us was not ideal, but it was worth a shot, you know. We just ended up right back where we were before, and I need to figure out a better hose setup for that thing to drain with, because that high pressure nozzle just absolutely blasted right through the heavy duty pool backwash hose that I added onto it. Don't know why I thought it would work. It was the right size, but yeah. For those of you guys out there who use the sludge sucker, let me know, what do you guys use? Because I'm a little bit at a loss on what's going to be strong enough to withstand that much pressure. Alright, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Super glad to have been today. This definitely was not a one-day job for me, especially because, you know, he did the surface cleaning while I had lunch. He moved all the furniture. He's moving all the furniture back. He loaded the ladders after I was done cleaning the gutter guards. He's just been huge help. Not necessarily, he's done a little bit of operating, but it's just all those little things in between that take up time. And like I said, I've already been at this one for 7 hours. Ben definitely ran out of work for a little while, but maybe I'll get a second pressure washer to add to the rig, so he has a little something more to do when we get these big jobs like this. Yeehaw. Alright, we are wrapping up on this one. Ben did a great job putting everything back together. Everything washed, cleaned, nice and brown instead of gray. Everything up there is all put back together, looking great. This wood is still drying, but it's going to come out okay. It needs a stain, and I hate leaving wood not looking great, but sometimes it just needs to be stained. But on around here, I do have to speak with the customer before we leave about the gutter guards that have failed. And other than that, we are ready to roll up the hoses and go get into some 5 o'clock traffic. Maybe not. It's about 10 to 6. By the time we get out of here, traffic might start to lighten up. So about 8 hours, maybe a little bit longer than that with wrap up and talking to the customers. But that's biggest house ever. So I was grateful to have the help. And Ben did a great job. All right. Well, as you can see, I'm a little bit exhausted. It's been hot all day, hot all week. So we're going to wrap this up, head on home. You guys be safe out there.